Hello everyone, this is Abhishek from Plug-in India. All of us at Plug-in India own only electric vehicles and create content for the EV community. Thanks to all of you for supporting our channel over the years. In this episode of Electric Car Watch, we will talk about Toyota, the behemoth in the car world, and their plans for EVs. Toyota, as you know, is the world's largest car manufacturer. During the past decade, Toyota has not bothered to invest in electric vehicles. They were busy promoting their hybrid cars and their favorite distraction tactic, hydrogen cars. While Toyota did very well with the Prius hybrid, hedging their bets on hybrid cars in the 2020s seems to me like they are still living in the 1990s. Let's be honest, hybrids were never going to be the long-term solution to stop our dependency on fossil fuel. The systems in a hybrid car are complex, expensive to maintain, and they have no space in the modern all-electric world. With regard to hydrogen, I'm truly shocked by the nonsense I see in the comments of many EV articles. These so-called armchair experts don't understand the reality of hydrogen. The physics, the mathematics, and the chemistry all point to the fact that battery electric cars are far more efficient and superior than hydrogen cars will ever be. It takes more energy to run a hydrogen car compared to a battery electric car. Also, these experts don't understand that 99.9% of hydrogen is created from fossil fuels. Also, with hydrogen technology being where it is right now, there are some serious safety issues to consider that you don't have with electric car. I would feel much safer sitting on top of safe LFP batteries than over explosive hydrogen canisters. Maybe hydrogen will be okay in large vehicles like trucks or even aeroplanes. Hydrogen cars are not a part of our future, at least not in passenger cars. The entire auto industry has given up on investing in hydrogen cars. Mercedes, Volkswagen, and Audi all initially tried to play the hydrogen game but are now totally anti-hydrogen and are investing in battery electric cars. But there are three companies still investing and promoting in hydrogen. They are Hyundai, Honda, and you guessed it, Toyota. If you ask me, these companies have a sunk cost bias. They've invested huge amounts of money in these cars, and even though they're not selling any hydrogen cars in significant numbers, they plan to keep investing more money. What a waste of money that could have gone towards battery vehicles. I also want to point out how leaders of Toyota are constantly involved in making false anti-EV statements in the media. For example, the CEO of Toyota, Akio Toyoda, says Japan will run out of electricity if all cars in Japan are EVs. That is absolutely laughable. Just do a Google search to find the facts on energy creation. Electricity creation can be scaled up as much as we want. We have control over it, unlike oil production where we are dependent on foreign governments. And don't forget the giant battery that we have in the sky. Solar energy costs have fallen by 85% over the last 10 years. By 2030, we will have a solar energy surplus. This is simply propaganda, not logic at work. Another thing that's infuriating people is that Toyota's executives are busy lobbying politicians in Japan and the US to slow down any pro-EV legislation. For example, Toyota opposed newly unveiled reforms to the US federal EV incentive program. In the US, environmentalists are now calling for a boycott of the brand. Paul Scott of the EV advocacy group Plug-in America is leading the boycott effort, and he said, and I quote, "The climate clock is ticking and we have to start hitting polluters where it counts in the money. I can tell you that this is our best chance for change alongside federal legislation. Toyota deserves every bit of it because they are keeping us addicted to gasoline." End quote. So there you have it. This is the new Toyota. Instead of making great electric cars that offer great value, they have become experts at anti-EV propaganda. They are very scared of losing their market share to EVs in the future. And I bet you anything, they will lose a huge chunk of market share by 2030 if they go on like this. I'll tell you later how they will lose that market share. So do watch the video till the very end. Despite all this anti-EV propaganda by Toyota, the curveball or the googly here is that Toyota is investing money on battery electric cars too. Their engineers have been quietly working on a number of EV projects. In October 2019, they announced the ETNGA platform for battery electric cars. That stands for Toyota New Global Architecture. The platform will enable Toyota to offer various types and sizes of vehicles, different battery capacities, and front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, or dual motor all wheel drive. The battery pack can be between 50 to 100 kilowatt hour, and the two adaptable motors can be powered up to 150 kilowatts. The range of a compact car using this platform is expected to be roughly 300 kilometers and 600 kilometers for larger car. The first car on the ETNGA platform was shown at this year's Auto Shanghai Motor Show. Toyota unveiled a concept version of a new electric SUV called the BZ4X, which will be the first in a new line of battery electric vehicles. Toyota says they plan to introduce 15 BEV models by 2025. Toyota will manage the BZ4X in Japan and China, and it hopes to begin worldwide sales by the middle of 2022. In early 2020, Toyota announced a new joint venture with China's biggest electric vehicle manufacturer, BYD. We assume that much of the engineering of the battery packs and motors will be from BYD, which will go inside the BZ4X. The BYD Blade battery is based on LFP cells, which won't catch fire and also won't lose major charge capacity even after 3000 charge cycles. So, 15 battery electric car models by 2025 from Toyota. Is this a huge U-turn by Toyota? Are they giving up on ICE vehicles, hybrid vehicles, hydrogen vehicles, and embracing EVs? Hold on. Let's not jump the gun here. The first point I want to make is this. It's very clear to us that Toyota's EV announcements are geared to serve the Chinese and EU markets, which have more aggressive zero-emission vehicles than the rest of the world. Toyota's BEV development is purely driven by regulations, and these electric cars are just compliance cars for markets like China and Europe. In 2021, making compliance EVs with no global ambitions is unacceptable. Secondly, Toyota announced that by 2030, they expect to sell 10 million cars and only 1 million of them will be EVs. That's laughable for two reasons. One, how low the EV number is, and two, this number also includes Toyota's favorite love child, hydrogen cars. This kind of low ambition with EVs will ensure that Toyota will go the Kodak way. Dead, gone, buried, finished. Remember this, in 2020, there were 56 million cars sold in the world. Out of that, 20 million were sold in China, 14.5 million sold in the US, 12 million in Europe. The remaining 10 million were sold in countries like Japan, India, Australia, Latin America, and so on. These numbers will only increase by 2030. But it is clear the three biggest markets will be China, the US, and Europe. By 2030, Europe will stop accepting sales of ICE car altogether. China might suddenly announce one day that they will only sell electric cars. As for the US, its policies change like the wind each time a new administration comes to power. The US has a lot of politicians who are corrupt and who are bought out by big oil and big ICE. But even then, consumers in the US will dramatically start using electric cars in the future. So in 2030, the EU and China might tell Toyota, "Hey Toyota, you never bother to plan for EVs, and we have Tesla and all these Chinese companies like BYD, SIAC, Xpeng, NIO, Wuling and Chery who will sell us EVs and whom we can buy from. So why do we need you? Get lost." So then, where will Toyota sell its 9 million ICE cars in 2030? They will only sell them in the US, in India, Latin America, Africa, and other countries and regions that will still allow ICE car sales. So all of a sudden you see Toyota's market shrinking as they cannot sell even their ICE cars in the EU and China. That is a 70% reduction. But we feel that even selling 9 million ICE vehicles in Japan, US and other countries will be a tough proposition because there will be multiple electric car makers offering superior, cost-effective electric cars. Why would people buy Toyota ICE cars then? By 2030, ICE vehicles will cost more to manufacture than EVs. ICE vehicles will attract carbon taxes in many countries because of the air pollution they cause. ICE vehicles will last 3 to 4 times less than a battery electric car. Are you seriously telling me that Toyota will still sell millions and millions of ICE cars by 2030? That, my friends, is just a pipe dream. Here's what's going to happen. Toyota's market share will reduce dramatically and they may sell around 2 to 3 million cars compared to the 9 million they're doing today. Their market share will be captured by the likes of Tesla and the Chinese electric car companies. And I have a feeling that a large Chinese car company will end up acquiring them. And that, my friends, will be the end of Toyota. So that was it for this week's video. Thank you for watching. Do write in the comments below about your observations and research on Toyota's EV strategy. I will see you next week when we talk about BYD. Remember to like, share and subscribe and see you next week. Bye.